Hey, what's up guys? My name is Victor and welcome to my YouTube channel, which is all about helping people navigate their spiritual awakening or ascension process. And today's video is not going to necessarily offer you any tips or advice. Rather, I'm just going to share my own individual experience going into all the physical chaos and spiritual awakening symptoms, living with them for a while, and then experiencing them go away. And me emerging in a far superior state of health and inner balance physically, physiologically, than I could have ever dreamed, okay? Because I know a lot of you guys are going through chaos right now. I went through it too. It's awful, and it's only natural that you think that something's wrong with you, that you question whether you're really awakening or not, and it tends to drive you bananas, because you don't know exactly, you don't always know, why is this happening? Will it ever go away? Do I have some kind of weird disease? All these things are very valid questions that come into you because the physical symptoms are so severe, so blatant. So it is my hope that by just sharing my experience, you'll see that, this guy's going through what I'm going through and he seems okay. So that's my intention. So prior to my big awakening, I was in the best, in really phenomenal physical condition. I trained with athletes at a mixed martial arts gym, which is like boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, martial arts. It's an incredibly physically demanding workout, and I was awesome. I did good. I was in really good shape and I could handle it. And then all of a sudden, after this awakening, I started to just not be able to recover from my workouts. I kept getting really burnt out. My performance in the gym decreased substantially by 50, 60, 70%, and I could not figure out for the life of me why. And it just got worse. I eventually had to stop training, and this was so hard for me because I loved it so much. Around this time, a lot of the foods I was eating started to just gross me out. I used to at that time I was eating a lot of meat, a lot of protein, so I was working out real hard, following a straight up bodybuilding type diet in a way. And also just very toxic. I would party with my friends. I was only 23 years old, so we'd always have people over and we'd party and we'd get high and just hang out. And I just started becoming very noticeably detoured and even repulsed, disgusted with things like meat. Alcohol would start to make me feel very I would just get almost hungover immediately when I would drink it, no buzz. It just really, all these things that were just in my life stopped resonating and just started causing all these problems. So just by process of elimination, I started eliminating all these different things from my body as I, became aware of a resistance to them. And this trickled all the way down to where I was eating a purely vegan diet, a pure raw food vegan diet, almost like juicing only. I was on this very rarefied diet. I wasn't smoking weed. I wasn't drinking alcohol. And this took about a couple years to kind of unfold. It wasn't just an overnight process. And at that point, I was very excited about learning about superfoods and vegetarian living and vegan living and whatnot. And I felt great. And I was doing, I felt great in the sense that the foods were finally in resonance with my body, but I still all the while had the symptoms, all these physical symptoms. I had the fatigue, extreme chronic fatigue every single day. I felt like just going about my day, and for a while I didn't even have a job. I had one child and a couple of dogs. Compared to what I have now, that's not much. And it was a struggle to get through the day. I just felt, and because I was so tired, it made me grouchy and irritable. And that was combined with feeling old. My joints ached, my muscles felt like they were just atrophying. I had, again, back pain, joint pain. I just felt like my body just got hit by a car the day prior. Just oh man, And not to mention, I wasn't sleeping for shit. I'd have periods where I would sleep normally, and then out of the blue, I would just not be able to sleep. It'd be the same like clockwork. Go to bed at 10, go to bed at 10, fine. Boop. I'm wide awake. It's freaking 4:30 in the morning. I'm not even the slightest bit more tired than I was when I went to sleep. And that, what the fuck, you get so frustrated because you know how bad you feel, you know how much you really need that rest because you're already not really keeping up with the demands of your body. And then you combine that with all the wild life changes, the emotional sensitivity, always so on edge and so edgy and so often triggered. It's I don't envy you guys. I know it's rough. You can't help but just like. In fact, I almost made a video about it, just like titled it Ascension Symptoms Rage, because sometimes you get to a boiling point where you're just like, ah, you know, you can't take it. You just feel the energetic dissonance manifesting in all ways in your life, and you see no way out, and it's just nuts. So if you're going through a little bit of that to varying degrees, I know a lot of you are going through that just as I described. Not to mention, let's add in some legitimate health concerns. Because during this while, you might find yourself with like, oh geez, my heart's acting up. You go to the doctor, like you think maybe you have some kind of heart murmur or some kind of or cancer, or you know, I had all sorts of really weird symptoms that really drew me, you know, injuries. I had a point where I had like golfer's elbow, which is like a tendonitis in your joint in both arms and in my shoulders. I had like this random out of the blue tendonitis that lasted like 6 months. I couldn't work out. I couldn't even go to my job. I was a personal trainer at the time. And all this shit just stacks up to drive you freaking bananas. It really makes you reach your wit's end almost every goddamn day. It's fucking frustrating. You know it. So after a few years of that, I started becoming like reintroduced to older things. Like I could drink alcohol, like wine. I started drinking wine, and it was pleasant. It wasn't like I relapsed and started drinking wine. It was more like I became like genuinely enthused and craved, and just had like that natural organic excitement about wine and meat, and just like more of like a normal balanced diet. And as I started doing that, I was able to work out harder. I started getting back into working out again, more rigorously. And slowly, my body just it kind of rebuilt itself in a much more balanced way. Now I incorporate all the different things I gave up and included. I have like a big mishmash now of the way I eat. Extremely healthy. I incorporate the raw foods. I incorporate the vegan foods. I incorporate all these different things into my diet. I drink alcohol moderately. I exercise really hard now. My body can keep up. I sleep pretty normally. There are nights I don't sleep, honestly, still, but because I am in such a better state of health, it doesn't even matter. I still have a little bit of residual of all those symptoms prior, just not anywhere near to the extreme. And I just feel really good. I have much more often I have really good days. And on the bad days, because I've gone through so many of them and understand that they usually mean something positive in the end, I don't get so freaked out and frustrated and you know, and stuff. And especially when I was going through that, there was nobody talking about this shit. It was all like, I had this strong intuition that you are going through an awakening, Victor. There's a purpose for this. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. But I questioned it all the time, quite honestly, because there just was so few people talking about these things. So hopefully that's one of the reasons I'm putting this out there, to hopefully you guys can. I wish somebody would have said, listen, man, it's gonna suck for a little while. Yeah, I know. It's tough, it's rough. But listen, you're gonna come out of it. You guys, you're going to come out of it. You're going to feel better. It'll be just a distant, foggy memory at some point in your life. You won't even reference it as intense as it feels right now. It's gonna be gone. It's gonna come and go. And the outcome is you become a higher conscious dude, a higher conscious person. You become in far better health than when you started. Your life will be far more of a reflection of everything you ever wanted it to be. You will just embody awesome states of higher vibrational love that just kind of fills your aura. Just kind of I can feel like a buzz that just comes out of me. Not at all times, but it's so pleasant and so simple. And that just seems like the natural flow of my energy that's always been there, and it's just not so restricted anymore because I've cleared so much. And that's what you guys are doing. Whether been in this a while, a lot of you guys I'm finding are just starting this awakening, okay? So I just wanted to make this video to let you guys know it does get better. Here's one man saying, yeah, I went through it and I came out and lived to tell about it. Okay, so I hope that helps you guys. If you guys want, I've considered sharing more of my personal journey. I didn't know if it would be helpful opposed to me like giving more like concise advice and little tidbits of wisdom. you guys can let me know. I'm not like so much like a vlog, but just me like kind of retracing my steps in the past 8-10 years, my awakening, all the different journeys I've experienced, because I would think that it might be helpful to you guys. You guys let me know in the comments if you want to hear more. Like maybe once a week I'll upload a video where I tell about a particular year of my life within the awakening. Again, I just want to I want to help you guys the best way I possibly can. And the more I make videos, the more I hear from you, the more of an insight I get to where your guys' heads are at and where you're really at in your lives. And then I will, of course, evolve and become hopefully better and more efficient and effective at helping you guys. So thank you very much. I am just about... I get choked up so easily. I'm a freaking big baby. I'm not gonna cry here, but I felt getting choked up there. I have like almost 10,000 subscribers now, man. It's like 3-4 months ago, I remember fighting to get to 100. It seemed like it took me a month to go from like 5 to 100. And it's just amazing. It's amazing to have such a massive community now and just rapidly growing. So thank you. I couldn't have done it without you guys. All you guys always liking my videos. I know, I bet some of you guys like my videos even when you don't like them, just because you want to support me. And it's such a beautiful thing. All your comments, your messages, I appreciate every single one of them. Okay, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Almost got me there. Anyway, namaste, peace, love to all of you. You are all spiritual, freaking warrior, badass people, and you are on an amazing journey. And whether you've been on it a while or you're just getting started, there's amazing things on the horizon for all of you, okay? Peace.